We are live. We are getting started with our meeting notes. Okay. All right, guys. So, see some familiar faces, see some new faces. Just wanted to introduce myself to you guys. I'm Coach Simpson, and I'm the athletic director here at Edgecliff. And this is Coach Wright. A lot of kids call him by his first name. We're gonna get it. We're gonna make it more professional this year. So we have Coach Wright. And he also is just one of my really good friends. Great guy. Great. We call him the emotional support because I mean he's just always there for us. He's a young guy and just hungry to work with kids. And he worked with us with basketball this past season and looking to work with us with football as well. All right, so I'm Coach Simpson. This is Coach Wright, and I'm looking forward to having another great year with you guys. All right, so I wanted to start off by just telling you guys about my vision for this 2023-2024 school year. All right, my vision starts with us looking good. Like in the past years, we were middle school. We started here in like fifth and sixth graders. Like some of you guys been here since fifth and sixth grade. And at that point, I didn't necessarily care too much about what we were wearing. You know, I just wanted us to have matching uniforms. Like I didn't care about the look. We were young. Doesn't matter how you look. But now that we're starting to approach eighth and ninth grade for my oldest class, I want us all to start looking good. Because when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, they pay good. All right? So I want all you guys to have an opportunity to be able to play in college or to be able to play at the next level, whatever that may be for you. All right? So that's the first part of my vision. I want us to look good. And if you're in the chat, please post your first and last name so that I can take attendance. If you have not filled out the roll sheet, the sheet that's going around, please raise your hand, and then I will have Evan come around and give you our sign-in sheet. All right? So let's keep it going. Okay. Now to more of our attainable goals. I want us to all compete for state this year. Like in soccer, for example, soccer was our best sport this year. We went undefeated the whole season. And then we got to the playoffs. We ended up losing in the semifinal round. So that was the best run that we've made this year. In basketball, we made the playoffs. I believe we made the playoffs in every sport this year. We made it in basketball for our secondary team. For flag football, our premier team qualified, and our secondary didn't qualify. Premier team qualified, and volleyball, our premier and secondary qualified. And for basketball girls, both qualified. Yeah, all of our teams made it to the state playoffs this year. We made it to the regional playoffs this year. So our goals are for us to compete for state, make it to the state playoffs. Because when you win the regional playoffs, you go to the state playoffs. And that's when you play like 2 more games to see who's going to be the state champion. So that's our goal, state championship this year, state playoffs. All right, so that's like a big one for us. This past year, I feel like a lot of our success came from our year-round sports program that we started up. We just had something as simple as open gym. Hey, guys, come out for open gym on Sundays, whatever day we had it. Come on out. This year, we're going to incorporate more organized play for the kids because I think that that's super important for the kids. Like, raise your hand if you've never played organized sports before. Like, if it's your first time playing games of sports. Okay, perfect. We got a couple new people. All right, good. By the time, my goal for you guys is by the time your season comes around, you already know what to expect. Like, I don't want it to be like, say you do make the team and your first game experience is like in our actual game against another school. I want you to already know what to expect before the season starts so that whenever we're playing against other schools, you already know what to do. You already know the rules. You already know what to expect. And for the new people for the people that are coming in, there's a sign-up sheet coming around right here. So then make sure that you get your name on that sign-up sheet before we end this meeting.
Hey, all right. Evan.
All right, so I have some people in the chat.
Door, so whoever comes in, you see them.
All right, so we have Cavell, Ashley, Roman, Amdrell. Sorry, I'm doing a virtual and in person. So I'm just making sure I touch points on both. Lucas, Camden, Charles Russell. Okay, great. Glad to see you guys. Let's keep it going. So yeah, we want to have year-round organized sports this year. So every single season, so summer, fall, winter, spring, we're looking to have a sports league for that whole season. All right, because I want to make sure, like I said, that the kids know what to expect going into the games against other schools. And not everyone is going to make those teams. Those teams that we play against other schools will be for the kids that have shown that they either want it the most, shown that they are the better players, or that
just good teammates.
Just good teammates, good people to be around.
That's the biggest thing. A lot of kids are going to go and say, "Coach doesn't like me," or "People don't pick on me." But if you're not a good teammate and you're not a fun person, or not even fun, an enjoyable person to be around, we do not need you on the team. Everyone does not need to be here. Sports is a privilege at any level. It's a privilege.
Yes.
Not a right.
Yes. Okay. Great. So I love that. And also for the people that are new coming in, make sure that you guys go and sign the sign-up sheet. Evan will have it by the front door. And or you can make sure you sign up before you leave. That's really the main thing. I just want to make sure I have a roll of everyone that was here, so I'm not contacting you guys and you're not even trying to play sports. I know I sent out a bunch of messages today, but I sent it out to everyone who expressed interest. So after these next couple meetings, I will only be contacting the people that are interested in playing. Hey guys, we're gonna have you guys sign that sign-up sheet right here that's coming around. So we will offer that sport. So going on back to organized sports. So for example, for this summer, we'll have a meeting, and in that meeting, we'll get a head count of how many people are interested in that sport. So if you're interested in, say for example, for flag football, if we get at least 15 to 40 kids that want to play, then we'll have a flag football league for that season. All right. For volleyball, if we have at least 12 people interested in playing, 12 to 30, then we'll start a league for those kids. Basketball, 12 to 40, we'll start a league for those kids. All right, because we want to make sure that they're playing year round. I believe that's the reason for our success. A lot of kids here, when they first started, they never played organized sports, and just coming out and playing, it gets you better. And the more you do that, the more prepared you are. And I believe that middle school, they should be playing a lot. So that you're ready for when high school comes around. That's when you want to be at your best. All right. Next point, our game day attendance. I really want to focus on that this year, making sure that we have way more people in the stands at our games, especially the indoor sports and outdoor sports. I just want to make sure that we're all that we have an environment that is conducive for our success. I want the kids to come to the games and be like, man, it's just so exciting. There's all the students here. We got family and friends here. We played against one school in volleyball, Great Hearts, Lakeside. Man, they don't even have a gym. And every time they came to our games, this whole side was packed. And then our side was just the parents of the kids that were playing, and then a couple of their friends that were students. So I want to make sure that we turn that around this year. I want our game environment to be a space that's exciting, put pressure on the other team. Because best believe when Edgecliff comes somewhere, they show up. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on, but every time we play at school, they are coming for us. The crowd is talking about us, they're all cheering hard. And it's just we come out and we play hard. Lightning Sports, one thing that you'll know that a lot of these parents can attest for, we play hard. We play the hardest. Nobody gives more effort than us. Nobody plays harder than us. When we lose, it's a matter of maybe that team was better or we were just off. But we always play the hardest. Except for that soccer, man, our last game, we just kind of I don't know what happened, but we just laid an egg. I don't know any other way to describe it. We just didn't come out playing like we normally do. And that was tough, but we'll build on that 100%. That's doable. But game day attendance is something that I really want to improve. So, and I think that would improve if we put a better product out there. If we have players that are playing really very well, people will start wanting to come and watch us. So that's the main thing. So like when we get out our schedule, and another thing, before I even go on a tangent, another thing is I will make sure that our league gets us the schedule out in a more timely manner, because in the past we play in the Texas Charter School League, so a lot of those like communication that will come out will be like 2 weeks before the season. Like then we'll get a schedule that changes. So we want to make sure that we send out a schedule that's more consistent for you guys, so where you can invite your friends and family out to come and support each other. All right. So let me not get on too much of a tangent. We have some more people in the chat, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to post it in the chat, and then I can answer it. I can answer it here over the laptop. So if you have any questions, concerns, or anybody here as well, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to raise your hand, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Another thing, team bonding. That's one thing that, like, I'm not gonna lie. I have 2 young kids. My daughter is 2. My son is 1. So I have not been like as active in the team bonding aspect, saying like, "Hey guys, let's go to main event," or "Hey guys, let's go to the bowling alley or the skating ring." You know, I didn't do that these past 2 years. Just being a new parent, it's hard. I understand what y'all are going through, parents, when it comes to raising your babies. But now my kids are like, my daughter's about to be 3, and my son is finally like crib trained. Thank God. We waited till he was 1 to start crib training him. So they're both crib trained. We have more of a routine with our kids now. So I'm able to kind of get out there and do more things. So this year I want to do more team bonding stuff with the kids. And I want some of my team parents, like if that's something like, because I know like a lot of you guys, if your child plays sports in like 5th grade, like 5th, 4th and under, the parents go hard for the kids. They have a lot of like stuff that they do to team moms. If there are any parents that are interested, also if you come new and you didn't pick up any of these documents, please come up and grab one, please. I do not. Yes, we have people coming down grabbing documents. And also, guys, if you are in the chat, please do not post your email in this chat, but send me a text message with your email so that I can send you these documents and make sure that you have them and be able to look at them. What's up, Jelly? What's up, Marvell? How's it going, guys? What's up, Mir? Big dog? Yeah, trying to be like you, Noah. See? You look good, though, Noah.
Noah got the twist.
Yeah, you look good.
Trying to get dressed?
I'm thinking about it.
How long it took you to grow yours? How long it took you to grow your dreads? Oh, bro.
Okay, so we have a question. What days will practices be? Okay, I will share that. I will get to that in 1 second. Volleyball practice days and times. I will get to that as well. Did you already announce the practice? Nope. Not yet. Okay, so everybody's asking about practice time. So I will definitely get to that. I'm sorry, I'm just talking about my vision and going on about that, but that'll be over in about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. All right, guys. So team bonding events. So like if anybody has ever, like, raise your hand real quick. All my 6th graders, incoming 6th graders, raise your hand. All the incoming 6th graders. Okay. Hey. All right. Okay. All right, good. All right, hands down. All 7th graders, incoming 7th graders, raise your hand. Okay. Got a few 7th graders. Okay. All right, incoming 8th grade, raise your hand. All right, got a couple 8th graders, incoming 8th graders. Okay. High school freshmen, incoming freshmen, raise your hand. Okay. Got some freshmen in the building. Okay. All right, great. So, no, I did not announce it yet. So definitely parents, if any of you guys are like passionate about being like a team. Yes, ma'am. This is only for 6th grade and up. So college prep only. We're only doing college prep sports. So 6th grade and up. So for the little kids, the little babies, what grade is your baby in? 2nd grade. So I will connect you guys with the athletic director for Academy. His name is Coach Porche. So I will connect with him and figure out if they're doing anything for the summer. And then get you that information, okay? This is for the summer. Yeah, this is for the summer. This is for the summer to get us ready for next year. Like, So this right here, what we're doing now is going to prepare us for the upcoming school year. So that's what we're trying to start early. Yeah, but they're ready for the seasons when they come around. Okay. All right, and then so I will get that information to you for the academy sports information. Okay. All right. Okay. So lastly, fundraisers. We will be putting on fundraisers every season to go towards your child. We'll call it like their swag, like to go to their swag, like for them to have a sweatsuit, tracksuit, shirt, uniform if it comes to that. Because for flag football, we purchase our own uniforms that they get to keep. So if your child's interested in flag football and they make the team, they'll need to purchase their uniform, and we'll go over all that information when that time comes. But for this, we want to do a summer fundraiser, fall, winter, and spring for those children that my main thing is I want to do a fundraiser so that put the kids to work. Like I want Marvell's mom to be able to just give the information to Marvell and have him communicate with his family and earn that money that for his gear. Because I want to try to eliminate the parents having to just come out of pocket for everything. I want the kids to start putting in some sweat equity, like for them to be able to say, like, I worked for this, I earned this. Like it just makes you a little bit more hungrier. All right. And but it's okay if you guys do decide to just pay it, that's fine. Because then that just kind of makes it easier for all of us. But I do want the kids to start to get a work ethic about themselves where it's like, okay, like, man, I want to have a sweatsuit. Like I want to have a nice polo or something like that. So let's do this fundraiser, raise the money, and be able to get it. All right. So now let's get into it. So first off, this schedule right here is kind of an example of what to expect this summer. It's like a weekly schedule. So from 8 to 9 o'clock, we will be here doing a workout, like just a workout when it comes to like strength training. So like some strength and conditioning for an hour. And then from 9 to 10 o'clock, we'll have open gym / open field. So the people that want to do volleyball, we'll have the net set up on this side. Y'all will be playing volleyball. For the basketball players, we'll have the goals down, and then they can play basketball right here, or they can play right here, get some training in. And then outside for football and soccer, we have 2 fields. It'll be 1 field for football, 1 field for soccer. So then we'll be able to keep everybody playing the sport that they want to play, doing what they need. Actually, we have like 3 fields. This one that's right here, we basically count that as a field as well. Like if they don't have a full 22 players, we can use this shorter field right here to go like 5v5 or 6v6 for soccer. And then for football, we have all that space over there, all that grass field to be able to do what we need to do. And then from 10 to 12, that's like a super important window where we need the kids to eat something. Like we need them to eat because when they're here, they're going to be working out, running, sweating. And then right after that, it's super important that you guys eat. So we want them to eat from sometime between 10 and 12. And I put those gaps down there because I don't know, like for me, when I was in college, they did something like this for us. Like they just gave us a schedule and they left blocks open and they were like, it's up to you to fill that stuff, to fill those spots. We're going to take care of these areas. It's up to you so either you can use that time to play video games. Like you can make some time. Hey, I'm going to play video games for an hour. Like it's summertime. I want y'all to have fun. Like I want y'all to enjoy yourself. I don't want you to be like, man, like how the school year is where it's like schoolwork, practice, sleep, do it again. So I want y'all to enjoy yourself over the summer. So if it's like from 12 to 2, I'm going to be playing games and just, reading or something. And then 2 to 3, I'm going to go to my friend's house. 2 to 4:30, I'm going to go to my friend's house and hang out because from 4:30 to 7, we're going to be practicing. So, or maybe I might have to go and ride with him to practice because mommy and daddy have to work. So use that. Maybe if you're that kind of person, use that time to fill your schedule up because it's super important that you stay on top of your time. When it comes to being a student athlete, you got to be on top of your time because if not, you're just going to be behind all the time. And you got to factor in some practice time. Like if it's like, oh well, from 1 to 2, I want to text Coach Wright and see if he's available to hoop or something, or I'm gonna go outside and go play basketball, or go throw the football with my mom, or go kick the soccer ball, or work on my touches in volleyball. So there's like a bunch of things that I would love for you guys to do to fill up that schedule. Will there be a track team? Yes, there will be a track team. Our track team, I didn't even mention track. We won state this year in track. We had a state champion. Our girl, Nyla Page, she got first place in shot put, and she beat everybody by like 2 feet. Like, so that, and she's only in the 7th grade. So like, that was like super awesome, like super amazing. And then Amir right here, my boy Amir, he got 2nd place in the whole state. Like, yeah, he got 2nd place in the whole state. Like the week before that, he threw like 38 feet and got 3rd place, barely qualified because they take the top 3. And then the following week at state, oh, that said that. Oh, my bad. Yeah, and then the following week, he throws 45. So he went from 38 to 45 and got 2nd place in the whole state. Like, now that was just like crazy because, man, the sky's the limit for that kid, man. He just got to keep working. So yeah, super proud of him. Oh, go Nyla, they're giving their love in the chat. Sandra said, what if they're and I'll read the questions out loud because some of y'all might have some of those same questions. Yes, we have a track team. We kind of use PE to practice us for track. We do a lot of running and working out in PE. So, and a lot of our players run with like local track clubs, like the Jamaican Flyers or Hallmark Eagles. Those are like the 2 track clubs that work with our athletes. So those 2 are the 2 kind of track clubs that I funnel everybody towards. And then also cheer. Cheer is definitely considered a sport. They asked if we offer cheer. So I don't know if anyone here is interested in cheer, but we do have a year-round. Well, they go during the school year. So they go fall to spring cheer, where they cheer at all the football games, basketball games, and they do some volleyball games. And I want them to come out for a little bit of soccer this year too. Like, I just want to have our environment just lively this year. So yes, we do have cheer. We won't have summer sports for cheer though. Track is not co-ed. Track, there's a girls team and then there's a boys team. But we do practice together. Okay, so next we'll just fly through this packet real quick that goes over our summer sports information. So this will also make sure you guys text me your email so that I can send it over to you. All right, so, and it's 5:55, so we're right on time. So Deontay, I met Deontay through DFAA. It's a nonprofit organization that I started to be able to have adults that are passionate about sports so that they can have like an outlet to be able to work with kids, coach kids, train kids, whatever, like, because that's how I was. I was a sports guy, like, from 1st grade, and it's just like kind of fueled me and made me the man that I am today. Like, all the stuff that I learned in practice and games are stuff that I take over to my work life as well and do here. So that's that. To be able to have and we use the weekend open gym and games to be able to get that release and have fun and just get that competitive nature. So we did that to be able to, and also to have them work with kids. On the next page, uniforms. So whenever you guys register, your child will receive a uniform, a uniform top. I'm sorry. Volleyball, we gave them their jersey top. Basketball, they actually got a uniform this season, but soccer will get a jersey top.
sports. So if you go to any higher level, high school, college, even like when I was in the military and we played, right? Like for you to get better at what you do, like year-round sports, even working at home, like it doesn't take for you to get to school or to practice or around coach for you to work. One of the biggest examples I've seen was I'll say Grover, since Grover's here. When I first met Grover last year, Grover was all legs. Grover couldn't get the ball, Grover couldn't even hit the rim. But every weekend we did open gym. Every time we had, hey, come out and play. Every time we stayed late after practice, Grover came with me plenty of times and said, hey, can you help me with this? Coach, can you help me with this? Coach, how do you Euro step? Coach, how do you do this?
Right.
And Grover went from like not even being able to dribble the ball into like scoring clutch points and going into the playoffs. And we just had a spring tournament, and Grover was like the leader of his team. I would want to say which he averaged probably like 8 points per game, like doing coast to coast, making up, like setting up plays, like, and that goes for a lot of kids. Like Noah, he plays all around. Noah scores whenever he wants, like at any point. But that just goes to show that like because that's the difference of when kids play and they don't play. Like Grover and Noah and Evan, they stay on the court because we see them work. But if kids come out here and we see that they only practice when it's time for practice, that's why some kids will not play because they aren't contributing to winning games.
Okay. All right. So I think we got it back up. So, technology, boy. Okay. So, picture. So, get with me about that. KD's mom and conduct super important. Like I am like super serious about like our conduct in the games. Like parents and kids, it's super important that we always show like great sportsmanship and good manners because it's like I want us to set the standard. I don't want us to be that group that's like, oh man, it's up here. They ghetto, they crazy, they always trying to fight. You know, like we play like that. Like we play like when we play, people are kind of like they kind of, but we don't act like that. Like we play hard, we'll give it our maximum effort, we'll be aggressive, we'll be physical, but we're not gonna talk trash. We're not gonna go back and forth with parents. We're just gonna cheer. Like we're gonna cheer. That's why I want more people at the games so that we can have like student section where they have organized chants, parent section, because we bring the boom. Like that's something that we say. We bring the boom. So it's just like, and I want the parents to kind of start taking that over. Like I wish that my dad was here. Like, oh my gosh. My dad would go to every single one of my games and just turn up. Like he always would do the school chant, whatever the chant was. And it's like, you know, he was, that's where I get it from. So, all right, let's keep it going. Conduct is super important. We'll have a zero tolerance policy for anyone breaking the code of conduct. We have had to suspend people for their behavior and manners. So those are just some of the policies. Let's keep going. Equipment, you'll get a uniform top and you'll coordinate with your coach to know what color shorts to wear or what accessories they'll have you guys wearing. No jewelry during practice or games ever. And coaches are responsible for the jersey tops. Like if, say for example, you lose your stuff, like I know I'm gonna lose it. So to give it to your coach can hold on to it for you, bring it to the game. Because if you lose your jersey, it's a lot that goes into having to get you another one. So let's take care of our jerseys. We got some people saying their kids are a little irresponsible over here. No, I'm just playing. But yeah. So more opportunities. This is kind of more for like the adult section. We're looking to get into social events. So that'll come later. I love me some karaoke. Can't nobody beat me in karaoke. She with me. She said she with me. She said she's gonna do it with coach. And if anyone's interested in coaching, like say as a parent, you're like, man, I love to coach. Please contact me and let me know so that we can get you a team. Or if you want to just give it a try, you're like, man, I seen my child play, and I really think that I can coach them up. Like, let me know so that we can get you a team. Oh, you need the restroom? I don't know if that's open or not. But yeah, so definitely do that. If you're interested in coaching, contact me. Let me know so that we can get you going. Anyone 15 and over can be a volunteer. So if you have like a high school, like we have one kid, Mr. Simpson, Slender. He is in high school. He's a junior, and he volunteers a lot to help out with the kids when it comes to basketball and football. And he just helps out a lot. Like he even comes on the weekends with the adults and helps out with them too. Our sponsors, Coco Simone. So you guys, like, if you guys have tried some of the Coco Simone cookies, like you already know what I'm talking about. You guys that haven't tried them, they'll be at all the games. My wife started a home bakery, and her cookies are like amazing. Like, so literally, and I'm not even like exaggerating. Like all the kids, all the parents who've had it said they're great. They're great. So definitely get you some Coco Simone cookies when you get a chance. So these last few pages will be for like your medical. I need to know your medical information. So fill that out, turn that in. The code of conduct, fill that out, turn that in. I will need to have that before your child plays any games or practices. So please turn that in. And you guys that are virtual, all 24 of you, please make sure you text me your email so that I can send this to you via email. Okay? All right, now to the nitty gritty so we can get y'all out of here. Going back to the schedule, down at the bottom, when it says 4:30 to 5, we're calling that pre-practice. That's just like a opportunity for the kids to kind of like show up early, shoot around, throw the football, warm your leg up, stretch. Like we'll kind of have a structured time for that. Like, all right, hey, you're here. Take 3 laps. Let's get you a stretch in. You know, let's get a light workout, like some shots or some, you know, just some training. Like it's like the way for them to get a little bit of training before practice starts. So that's what pre-practice is, like an extra opportunity for training. We'll track practice this summer. So we will not have track practice this summer, but if you are interested in track, I can coordinate you with the coach for the Jamaican Flyers, or I can coordinate you with the coach for the actually I don't have the Hallmark coach, but I can get that information. But I funnel most of my kids to Jamaican Flyers. They practice at TCU on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. I think Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays from 6:30 to 8:30. So I can get you that information if you guys want to practice that. And they don't even charge for practice. They only charge if you guys want to run the track meets and have a uniform. So that'd be great. So I see we got a track runner, Curly. I think your child's name was Malachi. So that's good to know that you got a runner. So yeah, down at the bottom, 5 to 7, we kind of have a breakdown. We'll use these next 2 weeks as a tryout. Like everybody who registers will play, but we'll use this as a tryout so that coaches can see you guys. And they could be like, because in the spring season, we had them try out and then we did a draft where the coaches just picked the players that they wanted. They did it one at a time. Like they lined up and they was like, all right, I want you. And the next one, I want you. Next one, I want you. And then they picked their whole team. I like that because that let the kids know that somebody wanted them. Like if he didn't want that person, he wasn't gonna pick them. So it was just like they kind of felt a sense of like, man, I like this coach. He chose me. He picked me. And it was just like, so that's the reason why we do that. We do the 2-week trials so that they can be able to get that practice in front of the coaches and get that work in, see what they need to work on and what their skills like. And then we're gonna do a draft in 2 weeks. So that's what the practice schedule will be for the next 2 weeks. Mondays and Wednesdays, we will do our outdoor sports and we'll have soccer and football. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will have our indoor sports with basketball and volleyball. All right, and that's how it will be for the next 2 weeks. Yes, ma'am. This was actually going to start. We're going to start this tomorrow. So we're going to start this tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have basketball and volleyball. Unfortunately, soccer, I know, like we have some kids that love soccer at this school. Like I have never, ever, and I lived in San Antonio where it's a big soccer community. I have never seen some kids that love soccer so much in my life, and I love it. Like, it makes me like want to learn more about the game. Like, honestly, like, so I really took it serious this season because how serious they take it. So we will have Mondays and Wednesdays for soccer and flag, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays for volleyball and basketball. Fridays will be off, more geared towards the adults, for us to kind of have some time Fridays and the weekend. And then after that, we'll have our game schedule. I may have missed the info, but what times are practices? Practices will go from 5 to 7. 4:30 to 5 is like pre-practice, where they get some time to be able to come in and get like a little training before practice starts. When does basketball season start? Basketball season doesn't start until like December, but we're having a summer season, and then we're gonna have a fall season as well to get us ready for the winter whenever the school season starts. So hopefully that makes sense. And I love all the questions and comments. Yeah. So other than that, guys, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns before we move on to the last few parts of the meeting? Yes. So that's like pre-practice. So like that's optional. That's optional time. If you can get her here, yes. But like, yes. So practice is from 5 to 7. 4:30 to 5 is like training, like where they could come and get. If you want to just drop them off at 4:30, drop them off at 4:30, and then they'll be good until 7. Yeah. But if you like get off work, I don't want you to feel like you're missing anything, because the actual practice goes from 5 to 7. 4:30 to 5 is like extra credit. Like if you had a homework assignment, you turn that assignment in, like, all right, if you write 2 extra pages, you'll get some extra credit. So it's like just extra for them, but we'll be here at 4:30 to get that pre-practice time in. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Here. We'll be here. So 8 to 9 will be here. If you're available for that. 8 to 9 will be here. And 9 to 10 will be here. And then from 10 to 12, that's when I want you guys to make sure y'all eat something. Because a lot of times, like as a parent, I might take my child to Taekwondo, and then after that, we might just run a bunch of errands, and then we won't eat until like 2 o'clock. So I want to make sure that I put that on the schedule just so that y'all are factoring in time to eat. And because it's super important that's what fuels your body is food. So we don't want them to work out and then not eat until like 3 o'clock. And then they have practice, and it's like you just want to take care of your body. That's how you take care of your body. Do we drop them off in the front or the back? Always the back, never the front, unless we have like a banquet or banquet. Only time we'll go to the front, or game day, like during the school year. But during our always the back. Don't want to confuse anyone. Back. Unless I tell you the front. Is basketball co-ed? Yes. Soccer season, summer, all sports. We're looking to do all sports year round. So like, I would love to have a soccer season in the summer, fall, winter, spring. I would love to have a soccer season every season, but we just need to make sure we have enough kids that are interested in it. And we'll have a meeting like this once every season, so where we can figure out how many kids are interested, and then we can go and we can say, all right, we're gonna have enough for a soccer season. After the meeting, we'll be like, all right, we have enough for basketball, volleyball, and soccer. If you registered for flag football, then you might want to consider playing a different sport. I'll let you guys know. Be like, okay, we have enough for these sports, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully that makes sense. Are parents allowed to come to practice? Yes, parents are allowed to come and watch practice. I love that. Yeah. And games will be live streamed. I still haven't mastered live streaming the outdoor sports yet. Like, I haven't got to that. But the indoor sports, all those games will be live streamed. Drop off in the back. Is basketball going to be co-ed? All sports will be co-ed. All sports will be co-ed. When we play for the school, when the school season starts, that's when it's boys team, girls team. And I'm super excited for my boys this year because we're going to have a boys volleyball team. That's something that's going to be really cool because we've had a lot of boys that have expressed interest. I thought at first it was just because they wanted to compete with the girls and they just wanted to beat the girls. But like a lot of these guys like have a real passion for volleyball. Like they would show up to the open gyms, they would come to practice. We would have practice at 6:30 in the morning. They'll be there. And it was just like, so we're gonna have a boys volleyball team, and that will be varsity though. So we will be playing against varsity level competition when the school season starts. Yes, ma'am. That's a great question. So for the multi-sport athletes, myself, I did multi-sports. I did football, basketball, and track. And I did that year round. Her question was, if her child wants to play multiple sports, how does that work? Okay, so let's go over how we'll break down the price structure. So if you want to register for the league and play in a sport, that'll be $50. $50 will cover your from 4:30 to 7. That will cover that, taking care of your practice, take care of your games. If you want to play multiple sports, that'll be $25 extra. So that'll be $75 if you want to do 2 sports. And that'll cover from 4:30 to 7, that practice time. If your child wants to wake up early and practice, that'll be an extra $50 in the morning. All right, so that'll go 8 to 10. All right, and that will cover you for the for the morning. All right, and then that's how that will go. So it's not mandatory to be here in the morning. To be here in the morning, if we register for that, you can take advantage of that as well. But if your child wants to do multiple sports, then that'll be an extra $25 fee that'll cover you for the extra sport. Okay, and that'll just go towards. Yeah. Right. For these 2 weeks. And whenever they get picked on a team, your coach will choose the practice schedule. So your coach, like let's say you get picked with Coach Wright. Say he picks your team. He picks you on his team. Then he'll say, hey, we're practicing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then so your practice schedule will change once you get a coach, if that makes sense. So these next 2 weeks will be consistent. Everybody will be here. Everybody comes, you try out, you work out, you get your basketball and volleyball days, you'll get your work in. Soccer and volleyball, you'll get your work in, get your practice, and then the coaches will draft their teams. And then after that, then you'll have your new practice schedule that'll go for the rest of the summer. All right. So does that make sense? Yes, ma'am. The money will be due. That's a good question. Yeah. So after the 2 week period, we'll have that's when the money will be due. We have a fundraiser that I want to make sure that we go over before we end here. Has anybody ever done the Double Good fundraiser where you're selling popcorn? Anybody ever done that one? Yeah, we've done that one before. How was that experience for you? Because I've been trying new. Huh? Oh wow. I didn't know. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know even. Yeah. So I tried the popcorn. It was good. Like Lacey and them had it one time, and that popcorn was good. It's hard to sell. So we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out for you, that's why I want the kids. Because I know if my nephew texts me like, hey, Uncle Sharati, they call me Sharati. Uncle Sharati, man, can you buy some popcorn for me, please? I'm trying to use this money to buy a uniform. Then I would definitely buy $100 worth of popcorn or, whatever. I'll buy it for them. So I want to try this and try to put these kids to work. If the fundraiser does not work for you, say your child cannot make the sales, then you guys could just cover it for them, and just let me know from there. If you have any issues, just let me know and we can work with you from there. But I also want to put these babies to work. I want them to empower, because it could be straight from your phone. You can do it straight from your phone. You get the link, send it to your grandma, grandpa, uncle, cousin, brother. You send it out. Hey, go to my online store, buy some popcorn. It gets sent straight to your house. So I've been trying new fundraising opportunities. Last year, we just did a straight calendar where you had a calendar and your goal was to fill up the whole calendar. So you were asking your family, hey, could you sponsor the 21st and the 30th? And then they give you $52 or it's $51, and you want to fill up the whole calendar. So I'm just trying different things to see what works for us, something that can stick, because I want to look good this year. I want to look good in here at the charter school we don't have a lot of funding. We don't have a huge budget to where we can just order the top of the line stuff for you guys. So we have to kind of do the work on our own to be able to raise money for our program. And so, yeah, that was some good questions. So to be clear, between AM and PM for practices, yeah. So if you want to play, so the AM is like for extra work. Like, say your child is just at home, just sitting around, eating up all your food, or sitting around and just texting all day, and you want to get them out of your house. That's what that's for, so that we can have them to be able to get a workout in, get some open gym, get some extra work in outside of the practice. Evan. So the multi-sport fee, $75. Yeah, so
very, very important. If you're going to sign your kids up for certain sports, you have to know certain attire to get them. So, like, I want to say this last basketball season, we had, 2 or 3 injuries because kids had on the wrong type of shoes. I promise, if you're on this court, and even for volleyball, right, you have to have a certain type of shoe because with all the movement, if you don't have shoe that supports the movement, they will hurt themselves. We had like three injuries just because kids had the wrong shoes on. So like for Evan, it doesn't have to be Jordans. It doesn't have to be the top of the line shoe. But the difference is it has to have, man, I wish I could see the bottom of your shoe. Turn around and show them the bottom of your shoe. So it has to have these ridges. We call them grip. But these ridges help support them with the movement. That's very important if you're going to have them play indoor sports because as I promise, that's the quickest way to hurt yourself. Even with being out on the field, please get them the right shoes or cleats because if they do not have the right shoes and the right equipment, just like with any other job, they are going to hurt themselves. Like you would never see a professional out here with just random shoes on. Like you have to have the right equipment to play the right sports.
Yes, great. Yes. Yes, I love that. Thank you. Question? Yes. She said, "What about practice for track?" So track, we will not have a track season. So we will condition them like it's track. So we will have them running, doing a lot of running. So, but we're not gonna have a track season for the summer. And oh yeah, right. Hold on, I'm confused. Oh, so yeah, that'll be a matter of like once you get your practice schedule and you say like, say your coach is like, oh, we practice on these days. So whatever day you have available, then you could take her to that track practice. Like let's say that you don't have any sports on Thursday or on, let's just use Monday, for example. You have nothing on Monday and you want to get her running track, then you could take her to TCU from 6:30 to 8:30 and then practice with the Jamaican Flyers. And then she can get track practice that way. Yeah, and that's a free, like he doesn't charge for practice. He just has, if you want to run the track meets, then he charges for the uniform. But other than that, anybody have any more questions? Because we got about 8 minutes left before 6:30. So anybody have any questions, comments, concerns before we shut it down? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, the coach will volunteer, yes. And then so we have some of our actual coaches in the school that'll be coaching as well. But yeah, the coaches volunteer. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, the fees go towards them getting the uniform, and it goes to the referee fees for during the game day. Because we want to make sure that it's like a real game. Like we want there to be referees, we want there to be like people at the table taking stats, and we want it to be like a real game. So we use those fees to cover the game days. So we want to make sure people are getting paid to do the stats, to referee. You know, we want to make sure that it's official, like how it will be during the school year. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Also, really quickly, anybody raise your hand if you or your child is interested in volleyball. Any volleyball people in here? Got a couple volleyball? Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, what about basketball? Any basketball? Okay, good. Okay, good. And also post that in the chat as well if your child is it wants to do any of those sports. What about soccer? Any soccer? Okay, soccer. Good. Okay, great. All right, and then did I miss any what football? Any football? Okay, good. Awesome. Man, hey, I am looking. Actually, before we leave, I'm gonna wrap this up. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, please text me. Send me a text message of your email as well, so that I can make sure I email you these documents. And other than that, Edge Cliff, we bring the boom. All right, I'll see you guys later. Talk to y'all later.